y'all? Welcome to Red Pill Discourse. We got some good content for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about COVID passports, COVID mandates, and what's going on around the United States in that space. So, let's just kick it off. Manny, I know you got some stuff to say, but before that, why the fuck are you wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs hat? Because we're in America, bro.
Well, you see, Tory Lanez just dropped that diss against Cassidy. But no, the real reason is let's go Canada. You know what I'm saying? Drake stand up, Tory Lanez stand up, Justin Bieber stand up. But no, for real though,
You forgot the
man.
most famous and best Canadian.
Who?
The Weeknd.
Oh, The Weeknd. Yeah,
Come
my
on
bad.
now.
Sheesh. Anyways, no, the real reason why I'm repping Canada today, yo, shout out to Canada. But it's not Toronto, but it's the only Canada hat I have, unfortunately. We've got to make a shout out to Alberta, Canada. So I don't know if you guys heard about Alberta, but basically, while the rest of the world is going on more COVID restrictions right now, COVID is apparently going up in cases.
Delta variant.
Delta variant, yes. And this is, I'm about to read something off of the official Alberta, Canada site. So right here. Lifted restrictions. And they lifted this, I believe, a week and a half ago. So just lifted. All of their public health measures have been lifted. This includes all restrictions on social gatherings. There are no longer capacity limits on either indoor or outdoor gatherings.
Hell yeah.
Recreation, performance and entertainment activities, business closures and capacity restrictions, large events including concerts, sporting events, exhibitions, and festivals.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. So shout out to them. I commend you. Respect.
Hell yeah. Major respect. While the world's getting shut down,
Y'all don't buckle.
Alberta's like, let's get this shit popping. Hey, Canadians know how to party. Canadian beer is like moonshine. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then Vancouver's begin lit.
If you know where that's from, you a real one.
They got the loud.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Alberta, you got Alberta, and then you got New York. What's going on in New York, man?
Yeah, so Alberta's over here living life. They're blossoming. You know what I'm saying? We're out here. New York, on the other hand, other side of the spectrum.
Oh, God.
Let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's pull up what's going on in New York. We're just going to read off what's going on in New York.
Y'all check this out, because New York is...
I'm sure you guys heard about it, but we're just going to...
Yeah, New York is leading the way, and not the right way.
So, New York City, this is from CNN. New York City will require proof of vaccination to enter all restaurants, fitness centers, and indoor entertainment venues. Mayor Bill de Blasio announced Tuesday, quote, "If you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things," end quote. De Blasio said, quote, "If you want to participate in our society fully, you must go get the vaccine, or you've got to get vaccinated," quote. The policy will take effect over the next few weeks. So basically, they're already having it roll out, but they're giving restaurants and other businesses a grace period. So I believe, go ahead and click on the next one.
So they're making it pretty much illegal, or they're making it so that you can't participate in society if you don't get the vaccine. So they're forcing people's hands.
Those words are from the mayor himself. And
Fucking
what they're going to be
guy.
using, I guess the vaccine passport is going to be called, they're going to transition it to a digital app onto your phone. It's going to be called the Excelsior Pass. And it's going to be an app you upload, and you're going to be able to show proof. You have to at least have proof of one vaccination to participate in society.
How un-American.
Yes. So, yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'd rather be in Alberta than New York.
Oh, for sure.
But
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, New York has a high density population, but you don't force people to get the vaccine by saying you can't participate in society. It's forceful. You don't do that. Fuck it. Anyways, so what's good? We got our man on the ground over there in New York.
We're wondering how New Yorkers felt about this, because we're in Cali, so we don't know. We're just outsiders looking in at this point. So we had to get our man on the ground in New York, Uncle Jose. Let's see if we can get him up.
Let's go.
Talk your shit.
There he is.
There he is, our man on the ground in New York, Queens, New York.
Yo, what's up?
How's it going, man? It's good to see you.
It's all good. Nice to see you too.
Thanks.
Going good?
Good, man. We just wanted to connect with you to get the word out. We're trying to see what's going on in New York, man. Heard crazy times.
I don't know what's going on, because like in September when this is takes all vaccines and shit, they vaccine passports or cards, whatever you want to call it, and like, cause like I know places in Brooklyn, Scandinavians that half of the neighborhood is not even vaccinated. So like all these people that have like restaurants and stuff, I feel like they're not even gonna want to ask people, or do you have your passport or your whatever to come in? They're gonna lose a lot of businesses like that. So it's crazy. Like in Cali, like in New York indoor, okay, like right now it'll be crazy. Like people not gonna go for once it gets cold, forget it. They're gonna lose a lot of business because you have to eat indoors. Not in Cali. Like in Cali, you could have indoor, you can still eat outside. So it's kind of hot always on it. But here, you can't have that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the weather. Oh, you're gonna be like Nate, like 5 degrees having to eat outside. That's a no go.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So
I don't think.
sorry, I was gonna say. So you said something that I thought was interesting. So in your neighborhood, which you're from Queens, New York, you're saying that if they ask people for COVID passports, you feel like no one's gonna want to do that, right? Like you're saying, like, are people over COVID in your neighborhood?
Yo, yeah, I was in the barber shop like I would say like a month ago. There was this Colombian kid coming in and like works like in NYU. He's like, yo, I got fake cars, so like $50 each. Like you know, like there's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, city of hustlers. Yeah, they're already hustling that shit.
Now because now people need to really get that car. Before we didn't need to, but now we need to get that. So he's probably gonna put that price to $100 or maybe $150, and people gonna get it. Because the people that don't want a car and then use it to go in like places, you know.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. Like you guys, I think you guys should be good, but New York, you can't do that in New York. And they're making that shit mandatory. That shit is crazy.
It's crazy that that's the first place too.
I feel like if they start here, they're gonna do it in every state.
I don't know if that's gonna fly in Texas though, like Texas, Florida.
Oh no, definitely not. But I think it's real interesting that the state that has the Statue of Liberty is the first state to mandate COVID vaccine passports.
Like, I feel like, all right, maybe it won't happen in Texas, or maybe some part of Texas will do that. Because they'll be like, yo, they're doing it in New York.
Austin.
But, yo, you know what I mean? Like, come on, they're doing it here in New York.
Setting a bad precedent.
In New York City, that shit, like, people that without restaurants and like gym. Come on, gym. You go to the gym to get healthy. So
exactly.
Get home so you can feel healthy. Make that.
You should be getting your body prepared to fight against something.
Vaccine. They already. Exactly. They already sent me an email 2 weeks ago to my gym. If I don't have the card, I'm not be able to go to the gym. I'm gonna work out in the park.
That's wild.
If I get the, you know, until maybe it goes down a bit. And in New York, it's not even that bad. To be honest, like 60% of the people are vaccinated here, supposedly. But there's some neighborhoods that, like Jamaica, Queens, Staten Island, that people don't get vaccinated, you know? Like Elmers, that's like a lot of Spanish people there. They don't believe in that like that.
So do you think they're trying to affect mostly brown and black populations then, because they know that most of the people who aren't vaccinated yet are probably, like how you're saying, from neighborhoods that are minority?
I don't know if it's black and brown. I just feel like we as black and brown are just scared to get the vaccine. Because this shit is all over. Like the trucks, they have like these big trucks here, like to get vaccine for free right away. I could go right now, walk like a block away from here in the bodega, like we call it bodega, like a block from the bodega, and get the vaccination right away tomorrow without making an appointment. I can get it. It's just weird. Some people don't want to get it. That's what it is. But people scared to get it.
Yeah.
That shit not even FDA approved.
Yeah.
Passing that shit to us.
I was just about to touch on that. Do you feel like people in your neighborhood are scared to get it because like they're giving it out for free? They're pushing it so hard. Like, why would someone push this so hard? Why would they bring incentives into getting it if there wasn't a reason behind it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. People are scared to get it, and they're pushing it. The more they push it, the more commercial. Like, you listen to the radio. I don't like listening to the radio. So you watch TV. Every commercial is COVID commercials. Vaccine commercial. Vaccine. The more they push it, the more makes me less get that vaccine because it's just like what the heck.
Feels like propaganda.
I'm healthy. I feel like I'm healthy. God forbid
I think we're losing him.
You there, Uncle Jose? Did we lose you?
There we go.
Got him.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I don't want to get like my parents get ready. They got it both of them, but they're both like in their 70s. 10 years from now, they're gonna be like 80. they still live their life.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like 50. I don't want to be going through shit that a vaccine gave me.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't know the long-term effects of it yet. So people that are saying it's healthy, there's no side effects. Like we don't know the long-term side effects. Like people thought asbestos wasn't bad, and then 15 years later, it takes 15 years for your body to actually react to the chemicals in that, and then we found out, oh shit, it's actually bad for you. Now people are getting cancer. So I definitely get what you mean.
Exactly.
No one knows like what really is in it.
And I'll be giving that shit to kids. That's even crazier.
Yeah.
I disagree with that too. Like 12.
I don't blame you, man.
Like kids over 12, they haven't even hit puberty yet. Like some kids, like boys, and you're giving them, you don't know what that gonna affect. Like when they have kids in the future or whatever.
Yeah, sterilize them maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like this is the beginning, bro.
For sure. I was gonna ask you that. Do you think it's gonna get worse? You think it's gonna affect jobs? It's gonna affect your employment?
Yeah, I feel like right now, pretty soon they're gonna be like, okay, if you don't get the vaccine, you need to get the vaccine in order to work in this job. Let's say like any type of job. Like I work retail and I do like doorman. Maybe as doorman, when I do, they want me to get vaccinated, but then I'll be like, damn. I'm gonna have to quit or get one of those fake things, fake passport things to show them. Because I don't want to get vaccinated. But then, if like the MTA workers, if they have a union over here, I don't know in the future they're gonna make them get vaccinated. There's a lot of MTA workers that don't believe in vaccination. They don't get it, and they're lucky they got a powerful union. So I don't know if they're gonna be able. Like the cops, only like 50% of the New York City cops are vaccinated. They don't believe in that shit either. Yeah. That was like a month ago. We looked it up. I don't know if it went up now more, but they're scared too. FDNY likewise. Now all of them get it. They don't believe in that shit. They're like, and I agree. I got 5 close friends at FDNY. Why would they get it? They fight fire. They're in the line of fire every day. They could die any day. They're not gonna care about COVID thing. They're like, if I get it, I get it. I'll be alright. Like what? I'm fighting fires every day. I could die any day. They're not even worried about that shit.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because like the way that you're describing New York's approach to the COVID vaccine and like how they're like kind of forcing people to get it, they're essentially gonna make it illegal not to get it, right? And then that pushes like a separate narrative of at what point can you not choose to get something with and then it's not like you're refusing it. Like I feel like they're putting a very bad connotation to you not getting, like you can choose to not agree and get something without necessarily refusing it. You're choosing to do what's best for you. And when they put that the connotation of, oh, you're refusing, it's like, no, I'm not refusing, I'm just choosing not to get it. It's like, because I'm doing what's best for me as a free human being in the United States. I'm saying that it is not my priority. I am not at significant health risk for COVID-19. Like, so that I'm just not choosing to get it, but I'm not refusing. So like, see how they're spinning it?
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's like, and the thing is like, okay, I'll get vaccinated. All right, yeah, I'm healthy. Maybe if I get COVID, I won't get it as bad as other people. Okay, but you can still pass it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no guarantees.
You're gonna pass it. It's just for your protection, so you won't be put. If I was to get the vaccine and protect me not to give it to somebody else, then that's different. All right, at least I got the vaccine, but I'm not going to pass it to you. Mm-hmm. You can still get the vaccine and still pass it like a regular, if you have the vaccine or not. And that's what makes people now not even get it. Now people really don't want to get it. Because you're saying now, even if you get the vaccine, you still pass it. Now people really don't want to get it.
And that's why they're putting the mandates up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it's real strange. It's real strange.
Yeah,
it's definitely un-American.
It happened like in Germany. I was reading this article it's like cops going around inside in like restaurants asking for your IDs while you eat.
In Germany?
Crazy. Yeah. There's no place that they just, I saw my friend send me a link. I was like, what the heck? I don't know one place in Europe. They're asking, like, while you eating, the cops are going checking your ID. I'm like, imagine this case, like, that's what people in New York, you know, we got, not New York, the United States. We have, that's why it's liberty, justice for all of us. That's because, you know, we got liberty, we could do this, the land of the free. People don't want to be, you don't want us, like, people to tell you what to do. We're free to do whatever we want, especially with our body. Are you telling us that we need to get vaccinated? Nah. I never got vaccinated. I'm 43 years old. I haven't got vaccinated since I was like 7 years old when we needed to get vaccinated for measles and all that stuff when we started school. That's the only time, and I'm not trying to get vaccinated now when some shit just came out 16 months ago and then they just want to vaccinate me. But they came out like last year. They just made that vaccine last year. They want to, how long does that vaccine take? I'd rather it take like 10 to 12 years to develop and then they give it.
Yeah, well, there's a set of usually some guidelines. They need to go through animal testing.
It's not FDA approved.
Yeah, they need to go through FDA approval. And like, to your point is, how do we get this pandemic super virus that then they build up a vaccine for it in less than a year? Like, it's just very fishy.
And there's different companies making the vaccine. It's not like one vaccine. There's different companies all in competition with each other to push out vaccines, which is also strange.
And the point that they call it a vaccine is also not factual because the CDC's own definition of a vaccine, it doesn't even meet that criteria because the definition of a vaccine is so that your body does not get or transmit the virus. And yet, to your point earlier, you can still get and transmit the virus. It's a shot, like a flu shot. It's not a vaccine. So that already is pushing a false narrative. There's something coming. We just don't know what. There's definitely a lot of speculation as to like what this is all leading to, and there's definitely no obviously concrete evidence to support any of these, I guess you can call conspiracies. But I mean, they're manipulating the American people into bending to their will, right? Like if you don't think like them, if you don't do what they say, then you're silenced or you're canceled or you're gonna get in trouble, right? They shut down your business, you're not allowed to work, right? So it's just a step towards fascism, towards totalitarianism. I don't even know if I said that right.
Totalitarianism.
There you go, totalitarianism.
Yeah, we're baby stepping towards there because right now it starts with this, and it's just like it's a slippery slope. So what's next?
Yeah.
And then I know there's just people out there that are like, well, I don't care, like I don't care about my privacy, I don't care about my rights, like I trust the government, but it's like you don't understand. You like if you think all that, and it's not even that you want to, like, I get it, like you want to trust the country you live in, you want to trust your fellow countrymen, you want to trust your government isn't going to do anything wrong by you. But if you look at history, any time this has ever happened in history, it's never gone good.
Yep.
So it's just like, just know human nature and history, you should just be already suspicious. If you're worried, just concerned.
If you're getting the COVID-19 vaccine, you are the second wave Tuskegee experiment. I'm just saying that.
If you don't know what Tuskegee experiments are, just look them up later. There's a whole nother thing.
Whatever we are an experiment.
Oh, we're the guinea pigs right now.
We are an experiment. We're guinea pigs. We don't know what's gonna happen. That's what we are. That's what we are. Like, but then again, there's also young guys like you. You guys are in your 20s. My brother just turned 30. He got the vaccine. He said, "Fuck that." He don't care. He's like, "I just don't want to deal with shit." Some guys are like that.
That's why I think it is. That's why I think it is partly too. That I think that some people don't know how to feel about it, and they just rather take the decision out of their hands entirely.
Yep.
As like a way to just be like, you know, I don't want to have to deal with this.
Yep.
I'd rather have someone else deal with it for me. This is the easier route.
Yeah.
So I get that too, but we have the ability. We're stronger than that to make our own decisions. We need to step up. It's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's time.
California is very liberal too, which is why, like, Gavin Newsom is his policies and his stance on COVID is very, very close to the stance that New York takes. So I wouldn't be surprised if like California does some bullshit like New York too. So
I agree with that, but let's say he said no indoor dining. Okay, well, the restaurants could usually they could put it outdoors. There's a lot of space in California. We don't have a lot of space.
Yeah, that's true. You're eating on the sidewalks and shit.
You guys could eat outdoors. We cannot eat outdoors. It's too cold.
Yeah,
People are gonna have to go and drive to Long Island to go eat in Long Island. People are not gonna want to eat in New York City. New York City makes the money in Manhattan. If you close Manhattan like only for vaccinated people, it's not gonna make money like Manhattan should make money. You know, like it's not gonna be making money like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
All good points, man. Great perspective, man. Like, definitely something we wouldn't have if we didn't live over there.
Yeah, bro. You guys gotta come through one time so I can take you guys out.
Yeah, I don't know about all these mandates, but if they stop with the silliness, we'll go.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to go.
They're gonna have to stop. They're gonna have to stop. We can't say like that. When it gets better, yeah.
Or we just say fuck it and we just we party underground and shit.
Yeah.
We'll go to Long Island. We'll go fuck up the Hamptons.
Yeah.
We'll go fuck up the Hamptons. I'm with it. We'll go Jersey Shore. Fuck it.
Oh, and I'll get those cars, bro. Don't worry when you guys get.
Don't worry, bro. We'll bring our own.
Yeah, we'll have cards. Yeah. Hey, well, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for your time.
Alright.
Take care out there.
We gotta do this again.
Yeah, we'll do it again for sure. Que lo que, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, si papi.
We outside.
Oh, si papi.
Later, bro.
Alright, later.
Peace.
Alright, y'all heard the man. Straight from the horse's mouth. Y'all see how they going in New York. Shout out my Dominicans. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to all my Dominicans. Que lo papi.
But no, on a serious note, obviously, it's not looking too good out there, man. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them.
We hope y'all figure it out.
Hopefully, we're not next.
Like I said, hopefully you guys figured out, not obviously the people, but the people representing y'all and the politicians figure it out for y'all, because it doesn't sound like it's going to be good out there. You heard that young people going to be trying to be doing some reckless ass shit, like forging it. So like, that's not even really good for anybody, right? Like people feeling like they have to do something illegal in order to participate in society.
I mean, just like how it was with prohibition back in the day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like, that didn't stop anybody from it just creates an underground network of a black market. It causes more crime. It causes for crime syndicates to come up to power.
But I like how the first thing we thought it was like hustle, like New York, the city of hustlers. Like they found a way to monetize or profit off of needing a passport. Like that's just that grinder mentality. I love that shit
for sure. Well, we were going to go off and let y'all know how we feel about it, but honestly, there's someone out there who went and said everything we could have said and better. Mm-hmm. And that man, surprisingly, is Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But unsurprisingly, he's from Texas. Obviously, we know Texas usually leads the way and are pretty intelligent when it comes to like freedom. So I guess like it's only right that it had to come from, the senator of Texas, Ted Cruz. All right, so I'll take this one real quick, only because I want to touch on a few points. I'm gonna read off of something as well, but I'm only gonna use it to kind of demonstrate and illustrate a narrative.
And hold on, before he goes off, we're gonna link all of the articles we've been reading off today at the bottom. Yep. We're gonna link the Ted Cruz video where he goes and says all of this. In front of what was it, like Senate?
It was in front of some council. It's for an amendment to a bill. Essentially. Yeah.
Make sure to go watch that when the video's over, or if you want to pause now and watch it. The man goes off, but we're gonna basically go into it.
Yeah. So essentially, the video is about Ted Cruz asking for an amendment to a proposition/bill around an anti-passport for COVID vaccines. So he's essentially saying, I am proposing that the U.S. not participate in any world government's attempt to force people to have COVID-19 vaccine in order to travel. So that's what he's saying, right? And in this video, he makes a lot of valid points, guys. Like, I mean, he is spitting straight facts. I mean, I would say I agree with about 95% of what he says in this video. It's about a 10-minute clip. Usually I don't agree with everything Ted Cruz says, but he says some pretty intelligent things. One of the first things that he starts off, and he really sets the pace, with saying that America is frustrated with the way that our government has responded to the COVID-19 crisis. right? The pandemic, right? And the reason why he says that is because of decisions like what the CDC made about a month ago, when they made the decision to backtrack and go against their initial guidance that that vaccinated people do not have to wear masks.
Flip-floppers.
Flip-floppers, bro.
Anthony Fauci, you fuck.
Yeah. Straight, just the CDC straight said, you know what? Even though we said that that vaccinated people don't have to wear masks, now we're going to go back on that, retract, and say that they do have to wear masks. And so it's those type of decisions that are infuriating the American public, because these are responses that have motivated agendas, and that's what he talks about. And one of the best things, I'm going to go ahead and read something that he says. He says, I believe that when government scientists and health experts allow politics to trump the science, it does enormous damage to the willingness of the American people to believe anything that they have to say. That speaks volumes, because absolutely, once you ignore the science and you politicize the science and you use that to drive an agenda, especially pushing fear through the American people, and then it comes out that what you just pushed to them was all fucking bullshit, you now become incredibly unreliable and no one's going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the CDC used to be the most respected scientific and medical probably organization in the nation. And now their reputation is just in quote, in his word, in tatters, right? Unquote. Like it's absolutely true. Like you can, like, leadership of the CDC has allowed politicians and public opinion to sway the science. Science has remained the same. There's nothing that has changed in our approach and things that we've discovered in the science of it, but yet we're now pushing out mandates and guidance and laws that are going against the science. And when you do that, there's just no way that you can recover, in my opinion. And so I just really wanted to bring light to this video because, right, like he's saying that if we are going to acknowledge that the CDC and Dr. Fauci have put out increasingly and absolutely proven false information, why would we participate in a COVID-19 passport? People are just going to get even more tired of it and upset. Which he's already saying the state of Texas is fully not supporting him as the senator of Texas representing this amendment to the bill, is automatically saying that he represents the state of Texas in defending the rights for you to if you want to get vaccinated or not, if you want to wear masks or not. He said no mandates at all whatsoever, because the science does not support that. If you're going to go out and say that the COVID-19 vaccine works, how can you say that you then need a mask as well? So one's wrong already, and that's my beef with it. And then I want to read one more thing from that video. He talks about in the COVID bill, section 107. He talks about foreign governments taking measures to respond to COVID-19. And let me find the quote for it.
France.
Sorry. Can you go down, Paul? Yeah, keep going down. That's all right, I got it right here. So he says, quote, foreign governments have taken measures in response to COVID-19 that violate the human rights of their citizens without clear public health justification.
Pussies.
Unquote. But think about that, right? He's talking about America saying that they are acknowledging and they are seeing foreign governments doing this to their people. But take out the word foreign. You can insert domestic, and we've seen domestic governments do the exact same thing. He says, governments have arbitrarily exercised power that have violated the freedoms and rights of their people without, and the key word is arbitrary, because it goes against the side, like our own government is doing that. Why? So it's very hypocritical that America would then call out in this bill that, like, hey, you see these foreign governments doing this to their people with no clear cause, but we've witnessed it here. And he talks about that and how Fauci, when Fauci in the emails, right? He asked Facebook to silence people way before the Fauci emails came out about, he asked Facebook to silence people who were saying and had the stance of, hey, this disease was made in a Wuhan lab. This was made in a government a government facility. And Facebook happily oblige and silence people.
Yeah, why does Fauci have any control over Facebook?
Because, bro, he has power. I mean, at the end of the day, he has power. But I'm saying he asked Facebook, and Facebook willingly applies. Like Facebook really needed a motive to silence people, right? So anyways, so we see that. They're silencing people. And then, a couple months later, we find out through his emails that there is actual proof and factual evidence that can support that the COVID-19 virus was made in a Wuhan lab, in an American government cooperated facility utilizing taxpayer funding. Because what is it called?
Well, I don't know.
Gain of function.
Was it gain of function research, which is also banned. That's why I was in China, because it's not allowed. But I don't know if it was taxpayer money, but definitely Anthony Fauci had invested in it, and also other people. So
oh no, that
it was taxpayer money as well invested.
Taxpayer money.
Oh, well, there you go.
Anyways, that's really all I'm saying. I wanted to just go off real quick because this video just spits facts. He just brings, and I like it because when you bring that much factual evidence to support an argument, like there's no way to deny it. And if you watch the end of the video,
he did his homework.
If you watch it in the video, they don't deny any of his factual evidence. You know how they go around adding the amendment? They say we don't have the jurisdiction. Fucking bullshit. What a fucking pussy political move.
Yeah, exactly. You already know what the deal is. And before you start saying, "Oh, this is a right," they're far right. This is a far right podcast. Shut the fuck up.
No,
we just give credit where credit's due.
Exactly.
So we just had to say all that.
It just had to be said, right?
Said.
Like you said, you can't bring that much factual evidence to something and then not be given credit, because like I said, I just love the fact how the guy at the end was like, well, pretty much you're right about everything, but we just don't have the jurisdiction to really push this in this council. Like, oh wow, what a great move. What a great fucking move, right? To get around, right? So I don't know. All I'm saying, guys, is if you support a COVID passport, I don't know about you. And
there you go. You know what I mean? Like kudos to Ted Cruz, and just like you said, he's representing the Texans, but also the very all the Americans who are also frustrated. You just saw Jose, New Yorker. Mm-hmm. He's everybody. No one knows. Like, this throwing a wrench into everybody's lives again. So it's just like
shutting down schools, shutting down businesses, disproportionately putting Latino and blacks in a position to fail. That's who it's impacting.
Yeah.
And Ted Cruz actually says that in his little speech as well.
No, for sure. We encourage you guys, don't believe us, don't take our word for it. Please do your own research and watch the video. We're linking it down in the description.
Exactly. We're not trying to brainwash anybody, but so if you do your own research, and you can choose not to agree, that's fine. But there's irrefutable facts and proof to represent and back the basis of the argument. So, I mean, unless you're ready to discredit like factual evidence, then I mean, you could choose not to agree with it, but you can't really say that it's not factual.
So, but yeah.
But if you disagree with this, even better, because that is what America was founded on. You have the right to disagree, and we empower that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. That's all I got to say about it, guys. I mean, if you agree, comment below. What are your guys' thoughts? Like, let's get some discussion around it. I mean, you just got to make people's minds churn.
Yeah, open your minds up to the possibilities, for sure. Definitely don't take our word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it. Do your own research as well.
Yeah, I agree. And if we were here trying to brainwash you guys or trying to push a narrative, like and try to push something that just, hey, believe what we said, we wouldn't be encouraging you guys to do this. We wouldn't be encouraging you guys to bring a different perspective if you wanted to back it up with valid arguments and factual evidence to dispute what we're saying. We'd love that, actually. We love the
please,
discussion.
If you want to debate us, go ahead and debate us. We'll debate you. We'll debate you in the comments. And if you ever, like, you guys have your own platform and you guys ever want to do like a cooperative discussion, we're not gonna go and sit here and start yelling, have a yelling match with you. We're open to it. We're all ears.
Red pill discourse,
gang.
Let's go. Let's get it. Anyways, I feel like most of y'all would agree with us, because I know most of you guys are intelligent.
All right, then we're gonna wrap that part up, but we're gonna get on to the next
Yeah.
Next topics.
Fuck COVID now. Let's talk about something that I seen the other day. That shit was hilarious because it just popped into my mind.
What happened?
Because I heard my kid scream.
What happened?
Yo, I was at the supermarket on Sunday, and I'm buying some things, and it's
What supermarket?
Vallarta. It's a Mexican supermarket.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Well, I'm in the Mexican supermarket. I'm buying a bunch of stuff because we're about to make some fish tacos. My family's known for some bomb fish tacos. We had just gone fishing, so we had this whole thing, right? So me and my cousin there, and I hear this kid running and screaming up and down the aisle in Spanish, talking about how he wants some sweets. He wants this, he wants that. The mom's telling him, being very patient, no, you can't have that. Well, the kid finally grabs something, and we're on the same aisle finally because we needed to get some stuff from that aisle. The kid grabs something off the shelf. He tells his mom, I want this. She says no, put it back. He throws it on the floor. So what does the mom do? She reaches over, bam, smacks him upside the head. And in Spanish tells him, don't do that. Like, you don't throw stuff on the floor. You don't act like that. She finally starts going off on him. Correcting the behavior, right? And there's a bunch of people, and no one bats an eye, right? Because in the Mexican culture, in the Hispanic heritage, and just, it's what we grew up on. Physically disciplining your kids is socially acceptable. But the reason why I brought it up is because I heard my kid scream, and it popped in my head. But it was funny because it provoked a very long discussion back at the house. Because we started talking about, well, yes, that is a very valid view about how Mexican culture is socially acceptable, but we're in America.
Well, who are you arguing with mostly? Or who is
my cousin JJ?
Oh, okay, so you and JJ, okay.
Yeah, this was far left.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but other my cousins, we're just it's more of a discussion. I'm not gonna say JJ was necessarily arguing. He just loves to play devil's advocate, and he likes to just say, well, did you think about it this way? He's very enlightened as well, and he's very intelligent, but he just likes to also get on my fucking nerves. So,
he likes to make sure that what you're saying is really what you believe.
Yeah, he's challenging you. He's challenging you.
He's trying to really think. Like, he's like, is he just saying that just to say that, or does he really believe that?
Yeah, exactly. So he starts saying like, well, we're in America, so it doesn't matter what they feel is acceptable. It's what the laws say we can do here. And I said, well, does the law say that you can't hit your kid? No, the law says you can't abuse your child. So then I got into discussion, which I'm not saying that I agree with hitting the kid, right? But all I'm saying is that you have to also acknowledge that within America, pockets of culture come through, right? And there are things that, if it's culturally acceptable, they slide under. It's the letter of the law versus spirit of the law, right? If someone were to have seen that, and they would have been called the cops, the cop has a decision to make, right? He's obviously going to take the factual evidence into account, and he's going to take the circumstance. And he, most likely, if he also works in that neighborhood, is going to say, this is a very Hispanic neighborhood. I know the values. I know the culture. The mom wasn't attempting to abuse her child. She was attempting to correct behavior. She didn't sit there and keep smacking him. She smacked him upside the head because he threw something, and then she scolded him. So he's most likely going to say, she did not abuse her child. She was correcting a behavior. I can choose to say, yes, under the letter of the law, technically she hit her kid. But under the spirit of the law, she did not do anything wrong. And choose that, right? That's called discretion, right? So that's what we were talking about. But I just wanted to bring that up because while it made me think of that, what are your guys' views on that? You have kids, I have kids. Like, I feel like we parent very differently. Like, what is acceptable to do now? And we're obviously come from a Hispanic culture, but we grew up differently. The way my dad disciplined me growing up, you did not get the same. Also, the way that we grew up in our society, we're, third gen now Hispanics. So like we're more Americanized. So I think we have more liberal views around things like that. So what's your perspective? And Paul, I know you don't have kids, but feel free to chime in, like how you feel, like, from objectively, you feel like what's right and what's wrong. I just kind of wanted to bring that up.
Well, I mean, I was never hit as a kid, but I was like putting time out.
Okay.
So
yeah, we're the timeout generation, and it worked.
Yeah. So I mean, it worked for me and my sister. So I can't I don't know other families, and kids are different. Yeah,
but I feel like you've always been mild mannered. So that's why it worked, right? You guys were never crazy out of control.
Yeah.
I guess it all depends on personality too. That's why you got to know your kids as well, and that's why there's no complete science. But I mean, what's your opinion? Was she right for smacking him upside the head and then scolding him? Was she wrong?
I don't know. That's a hard question to ask me because I don't really believe in right or wrong. Period with a lot of stuff. So, but I mean, do I think that should be your first resort? No, but also I see that you're in public and it's not like you're gonna sit there and start negotiating with your kids. Sometimes like you got things to do. I be in a rush all the time. Every time I'm in public, I'm in a rush. So you see me in public, I'm in a rush. So I get it. Like I don't got time to be sitting here like trying to explain, go back and forth. Like it's just easier to just smack them real quick. So I get that. So I don't know.
Well, I don't feel like it was like her first response. Like I said, this kid had been doing it for a while, and she had been patient with him. No, put that back. Like, and finally, he did an overt action that crossed the line.
So the way I feel about it is that I don't see anything wrong with it. I just think that it shouldn't always be your first resort because it's a quick fix to get out of the moment, which is like, you know what I mean? Like, get out of the store, solve it so we can get on with our lives. But at some point, you should have a conversation with your kids so it's not just always just first resort, just hitting them. Because that's how I was raised, where I was just always hit for everything. And then eventually you get to the point where I got to the point where my experience, where it didn't work anymore. Because it just happened so many times that it's just like one day I get old enough to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna get my ass beat and then that's it. And so like I wasn't really scared of that consequence no more. So then once you get past that, and there's no other avenue to go through, then I started doing whatever I want because there was no really consequences at that point.
Yeah, but you got your ass beat by your mom. I got my ass beat by my dad, so that's a little different. But
For sure.
we'll go back to that. But I like how you said that you talk to your kids, right? But that's that mentality that we have. So I feel like if we're going to then go down that route, we kind of have to acknowledge that that's because we have more open liberal views. Like she was an older lady, probably not my parents' age, but probably not our generation, and she was speaking Spanish as her first language. So you could make the reasonable assumption that she grew up either traditional Hispanic, or maybe she came from Mexico, right? You can try to make those two arguments. So with that being said, the Mexican culture is very macho, right? So like you hit your kids, and that's just part of the culture. My dad, that's how he was raised. If you wanted to correct their behavior, their mentality was a lesson not learned in blood is soon forgotten. Smack. Right? And you don't ever get over that fear because like if you just be like, oh, they're not, I don't care about being hit, they'll just beat you worse. Right? So like I just feel like that was right to her from what I saw, but I also feel like she was very patient. So I could say like if we're gonna say like our first reaction is probably not to hit them, and we're a little bit more liberal and we don't hit our kids, but we talk to them a little bit more and like we explain through things. I just feel like that's just because we're a product of our experiences, one, and then also we're a product of our culture, American culture, which looks down on physical disciplining.
Yeah. Like you said, we're a product of our experience, and that's the reason why like I'd rather just talk it through, because there's more options that way, I feel like. Okay. And then it's not just physical, like, oh, just hit the kid and that's it. Like other people, like any kind of, like it's not just physical, right? So like I wouldn't want to like mentally or verbally abuse either. Or some people don't hit their kids and they do other stuff that I feel like is just as bad or worse. Like well, they'll be like, oh no, I know I've heard stories of kids who were raised and their parents never hit them, but they would get home and they would have to like kneel on like what would they, like, you know what I mean? You ever heard that? Yeah, they'll have to like kneel on something for like 40 minutes. Like a form of torture, like I forgot, it was like a
like they'd be like
it's kind of like a torture, like I'm not gonna hit you, but you're gonna put your knees on the floor and we're gonna put something under it. I forgot what they put under it.
I never heard that. So really? They're just like making them exercise to like
not exercise, like it's literally painful, like, but it's in a way where it's not gonna like the kid will still be able to go, like walk, or you know what I'm saying.
I never heard that.
It's big in Asian cultures.
Where the fuck did you grow up?
Not where I grew up. I never saw it. I heard about this. I heard about this. But like that's technically they weren't getting their ass beat. They weren't getting. But I feel like it's abuse.
Yeah.
Like
and
you shouldn't
like
be
mental.
Like think about if you put all your weight on your knees and you put something under your knee.
Yeah.
And now you gotta sit there for 30 minutes.
Oh, I got you. So it's still disciplining.
It's disciplining. Yeah.
There's a bunch of different disciplining. Like I said,
I don't feel like that's right either. But I mean,
I got my ass whooped, guys. You don't fucking know. Like when I like. Like when I did something bad, I would just be like, fuck. And like I knew I was gonna get my ass whooped. Right? So there's that kind of discipline.
Yeah, but the difference between me and you is that when you did something bad, you would get your ass whooped. So it was like deserved. I'll get my ass whooped for I didn't have to do anything sometimes.
You're privileged. You think you didn't do anything.
What do you mean?
You think you didn't do anything wrong, but you probably did something wrong. Now, probably not to like the extent that I used to be bad, but like you still did something wrong. And when you say, and trust me, when Manny says he got his ass whooped, like his mom smacked him upside the head a couple times, and she's like 4'11".
Oh, she's
and
not.
she weighs like 110 pounds.
But give like some context. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like my mom would just be in a bad mood and just take it out of me. Like, you know what I mean? So it was never like, at least if it had been justified, maybe it would have been a little bit different, or maybe it would have acted.
So you're saying your mom came home, was in a bad mood, seen you, and just started whipping your ass.
Or like verbally abusing me, and then if it led to physical.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to obviously take away from your experiences, because I mean I've seen a lot of that. I mean we grew up together. I did see it. I get what you mean, but like she would come home and like, Manny, why did
like
you take the trash out?
Like bullying me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why did you take the trash out? Oh,
like
I forgot.
causing issues.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but and so I guess that within its own right, like. Is definitely like was.
So what I'm saying is that yeah, I get what you're saying. You got your ass beat, but at least like you knew why you were getting your ass beat. Like me, sometimes I didn't have to do anything. My mom would just have a bad day. And
I mean, my dad probably had a couple bad days where he probably picked a fight like out of nowhere and then beat my ass too.
Maybe.
My dad used to try to.
Yeah, but your dad had multiple children too, so it was like stressed out. Their only focus was on me sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. But my dad used to try to make me like mow the lawn, and we didn't even really have grass. So I was like, "What the fuck is the
You're
point?"
like hitting rocks.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the fuck's the point?" And my dad would get pissed off. He was like, "You know that in the movie Holes, where he's all like, it's about building character. Like that's what my dad was trying to do to me." And I'm like, "I'm tired of digging holes, Grandma." He's like, "That's too damn bad."
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, so I was like, Dad, like me and my dad butted heads because my dad comes from that very old mentality around like work hard. And if you work hard, you'll get good results, or like you'll make good money. And I'm from that culture of like work smart, not hard. So like we used to always butt heads. He used to be like, "Do it this way." I'm like, "Why? There's a better way and a quicker way of doing it." He's like, "Just do it the way I told you to do it." And when I wouldn't, I get in trouble, right? And my dad didn't always hit me, but when he did, like that motherfucker beat my ass. I'd be like, "Square up, cuh." No, not really. but anyways. That transitions to like just a different point I want to make real quick. Do you feel like disciplining evolves with each generation as well? Like I feel like our disciplining for our kids is a little bit different, but like for instance, our disciplining is maybe taking away. Well, my daughter doesn't have a phone because she's too young. I have some traditional views, conservative views. But anyways, when she gets a phone, I feel like taking away her phone or saying you can't watch YouTube anymore, or taking away like you can't watch TikTok, right? Like I feel like that's still within its punishment, and like to them. Oh God, like that's like the same way that I used to get beat, the way she acts. Like she'd be like, "Oh my God, like you're unfair." She'll go to her room crying, and like that's how I used to react when my dad used to like punch me in my face.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because to them that's like their whole world. They live, like I said, they're digitally native.
Yeah.
So like that's like you're taking away like a whole part of them.
Yeah, but I guess my point is
that's why it's so effective.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is like, to them it's just as abusive to do that, or I guess traumatizing, or they're gonna have the same stories of like, my dad used to take away my phone and be like, "Oh, he took away your phone." Just like the way that like people, like I'm saying my dad punched me in my face and people are like, "Oh my God, your dad punched you in your face." You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I try to say is like, I guess it just evolves, and it was just like very thought provoking about like that's true, like how like it's just like when older people bash younger people's music, we're probably going to get to a point where we're like, "You call that music? We used to listen to Little Pump. That was music." and then people, the generation, like, "You call Little Pump music? He's a mumble rapper." I don't like Little Pump. I'm just saying.
No, yeah, I was trying to the old heads. Yeah. The old head. I don't know. I'm interested to see how it's going to happen, like when Gen Z has kids.
Yeah.
And see how they react with their kids.
They're going to be like, "You can react in any way you want." Probably. It's like the culture of deciding how like you want things to go. Deciding their own fate.
I don't know, man. I feel like as a parent, it's your job to guide them.
Yeah.
Until they're responsible enough to make their own decisions, and then at that point, it's like you just gotta pray that you installed enough in them.
Yeah, and obviously that doesn't work out every single time. But you hope that over the years your morals, your values, the way that you've guided them, allow them to be their own human being, right? And when they fall, you as a parent, you're there to pick them back up, right? And then show them, because also, you know, the hard head got to feel it to believe it, and there's no one hard headed than teenagers, right? Growing up thinking they know it all. Obviously we did it, right? But as much as you could try to like show them and guide them and like approach the parenting in a way where like, you know, we wish our parents would have just came to us and talked to us, but maybe they were scared or they weren't raised like that. But we know that now. And it's not exact science, but I feel like the way we're approaching it is like talking to our daughters, explaining stuff. And I think you're obviously a lot more liberal than me in your approach of your daughter, but because I still have some conservative and very traditional values that sometimes I'm like, man, like I got to be more open. And
well, with me it's just because like I grew up very like, you know, like my mom was like a drill sergeant with me.
Yeah.
Like very like kind of like she tried to. It was like militarized.
Yeah, in a way, a little bit more than me, but my dad's still same. Like you don't disagree or do the opposite of what your Hispanic parent does or says. So it's same thing. It's not militarized, which I do feel like you were a little bit more organized and structured, like your mom made you. So I get that. But same thing with my dad. Like you, if he says to do it, you fucking do it, and you do it the way he told you to do it. And if you don't, there's repercussions.
Yeah, it was like orders.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
Orders.
So kind of the same, but so that was a mixture of both your mom being Hispanic as well as, you know, kind of having that.
But like
background.
so the way I try to raise my daughter is like I don't try to order her around with everything. I try to give her options, but limit the options as well. Like it's like okay, don't go crazy with the options.
Yeah.
Like you got a little bit of options, but I will take them away. Like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? If you start going like wild with them, like it's gonna then I'll order you around. Like nah.
Yeah.
You lost it. Like,
It's like I see it sometimes because like we live together. So he'll be like, "All right, do you want Chick-fil-A or do you want like Taco Bell?" And she'd be like, "I want pizza." And he's like, "All right, I didn't say that."
Like, that wasn't the option.
Yeah, that wasn't an option. I said Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell, and I'll get you anything you want
she's
on the
like,
menu.
I want Nobu.
Yeah, and I'll get you anything you want on the menu, but you just got to choose from those two places. And she's just like, "All right." I get what you mean. Yeah, and I feel like sometimes like I'm less liberal with my daughter. Like sometimes I kind of tell her like what she needs to eat, obviously, because like sometimes like I'm just like, look, this is what we're making for dinner, and this is what you're gonna eat. Because I'm trying to instill a value of being appreciative of what you're given, and so it's like
I didn't have options, so I kind of like I'm trying to like
you did have options. It was either frozen pizza or Hot Pocket,
or I was with my grandparents and they were feeding me that soup and I had no options, bro. Remember that soup I used to have to drink every day?
No, I'm just kidding. It was just funny because growing up, your mom didn't cook at all. We'd be left with frozen food. She'd be like, "I just went shopping and we're thinking we're gonna get like all these fresh produce things and like we're gonna be able to like grill some omelets up." Nope, it was just like frozen things. Cause she could burn water.
Yeah, my mom's not great. It's all good though.
But anyways, guys, tell us how you feel. Do you agree with how to discipline? Is physical too much? Is physical sometimes warranted depending on how the child's acting? Does physical disciplining your kid physically have no place in our culture anymore? Let us know how you feel. Comment below, and make sure to like the video.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about though? Are we wrapping everything up, or what's up?
Just tell me, like just like Step Brothers, favorite dinosaur. Don't say anything. Velociraptor. Tell me.
Stegosaurus.
No, but I'm saying throw me.
Steggy.
Throw me a topic. Just tell me to think of something top of my head.
Oh. I don't know. Tell us another story.
Beer pong.
Beer pong. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Beer pong stories. So
pong stories.
This man's played beer pong every weekend since he was like 14 years old.
I got the stroke, cuz.
Never gets tired of beer pong.
14? Did you just tell me? I did not play beer pong since I was 14. Maybe since I was like 16.
It seems like it to me. It seems like it never.
Anyways,
ending.
you're talking to the Grandmaster.
They're obsessed. Like these
Major
people are obsessed.
stroke.
You would think these people were in a fraternity still, the way they play beer pong.
Capita Bay.
And it's cool. Like, I like beer pong, but y'all just burnt me out from beer pong. Like, if I never play another game of beer pong in my life, I'll be fine.
That's because you're a loser. You have a loser mentality. I do this for fun. Shut the fuck up.
No,
you do this
guys
to
just
win.
suck the fun. You guys
we
suck the fun
fucking
out of
give
it.
dubs all day. Shout out to Ricky. He's my beer pong partner forever. that man, if we're at a party together and he plays with someone else, I'm straight, slitting my wrist. Like, anyways, that man, shout out to him, because when we play against people, no, we don't.
They're
fucking blasphemy.
Okay, since we're doing this beer pong shit, explain your house rules. I want everybody. Hold on. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
Oh, please,
don't interrupt me.
Proceed.
Pay attention to the house rules. Please pay attention. Please drop in the comments if I'm tripping or if he's tripping.
Yeah.
Because these people just be playing by the most outrageous house rules, first of all. And they just be cheating, yo. They be cheating. And he's like, he's like the person, like, when you play Uno, that he just keeps on going. He's like, no, I got another one.
The only rule of Uno is where you can convince the table the rules are. Everyone knows that.
You see the mentality. No,
but my beer pong rules are consistent, though. They're consistent and they're logical.
They're loose.
They're logical.
Okay, bro. Go ahead and explain the rules.
Oh my god. Okay. So, for everyone that knows how to play beer pong, you're going to agree with me. So, first and foremost, let's get through the basic rules that everyone can agree on. You play with 10 cups on each side and you start in a fucking triangle, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Set up.
So, we play first and foremost eye to eye. Eye to eye is where you look the other person across the table in the eye, and this is to figure out who goes first. Is that how? Is that a common rule?
Yes, common rule.
Okay, cool. So first one to make it by looking each other in the eye, they go first. So you get the balls, you get to play first. It's 2 shots per team, 2 person on a team, right? So first other rule outside of that is elbows.
They be hitting elbows all day.
Bro, I even go a step further and I do fingertips.
They're not even strict with the elbows, bro. Like half their players be hitting the elbows, yo.
You are ignorant.
I swear,
play
I'm
fingertips,
over them.
bro.
Oh
my god. Let me find a video.
I
play fingertips.
I literally go fingertips and take a step back to make sure.
That's exactly what I do. I fade away, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being a hater.
We're gonna film one of these beer pong tournaments and we'll show.
Anyway, so elbows.
It's gonna be elbows all day.
Okay, sure, whatever. You're just mad because you lose all the time. Because this fool shoots like he's like Karl Malone. But anyways, so first one's elbows, but I go even fingertips. I go a step beyond so no one can ever call me out. So if you make a cup, that's a cup. If you hit a cup and it bounces and goes into another cup, that's 2 cups. However many cups the ball touches, that's as many cups it is.
Yeah, so they're saying that if it hits the rim and it touches 4 cups, that's 5 cups. So if it hits 1 cup and it touches another 4 cups, that's 5 cups off the table in one turn.
But that rarely happens. It's usually one into the other. So it's usually just 2 cups.
It happens all the time, the way they be throwing the ball with fucking elbows.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. So anyways, don't mind this ignorant man here. So that's one thing. Now, if your partner goes and makes it right behind you, and you both make it on the same turn, you get balls back. Is that a common rule?
Yeah, balls back.
So far he's agreed with everything I've said. I just like to point that out.
No, I agree. That's the way you guys play. Yes.
No, you said that's a common rule.
Yeah, the ball's back, but not the rim thing. People don't play by that.
So out of 4 so far,
like when I played at other parties, if you hit the rim and it goes into let's say, because obviously the ball's gonna roll over some cups sometimes. It'll still only be 2 cups, even if it touches like 3 or 4 cups. They play like no matter what. It can barely touch the edge of a cup. That cup's out. It'll be. I'm telling you, they'll try to get rid of like as many cups as possible. These fucking cheaters.
No, I mean Manuel's way.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so like it'll touch 4 cups, and then no matter how many cups it touches, it's still only 2 cups.
Okay, whatever.
Because you're not gonna get rid of half the fucking table at one turn, but they be doing that.
If it happens, it
happens.
happens.
Their elbows and shit.
All right. Anyways, so whatever. So that's 4. So out of 4, he doesn't agree with 1. Okay, so you get balls back.
Balls back, yeah, that's standard.
And you keep it. If you both keep making balls back, then you keep going. You keep going, right? So standard, whatever. So second thing, if you make multiple turns in a row, so say I make it, even my partner misses, other person's turn. I get the ball back, I make it again. I'm heating up. If you make 2 cups in a row, you're heating up. Do you agree?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's standard.
Okay.
As well,
5 out of 1. So say your partner misses again, you get the ball back. If you make it a third time in a row and you called heating up, you have to call heating up or whatever it's called, warming up, whatever you want to call it, heating up, warming up. The terminology doesn't matter. But you make it for a third time in a row, then you're on fire. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, fire.
Okay, so that's 7 out of 1.
Okay.
Okay, 7 and 1.
You forgetting the elbows? That's 2. Y'all
No. You agree with the elbows. You're just saying I
Y'all play
do
with elbows. Yeah, y'all got elbows and shit.
But you agree with the rule, even though I'm saying we play that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what do you mean agree with the rule?
So seven that he agrees, 1 he doesn't so far. So you guys tracking. So he pretty much agrees with me on everything. So anyways, so you're on fire and you keep going until you miss. If you make every single cup all the way down to the end, then you win the game.
No,
if you're on fire,
that.
if you're on fire.
Once you do fire, you gotta start over. If you make the cup on fire, then you start over. You gotta heat up again. You don't just keep going. It's not fucking. You're not just on fire.
Yeah, if you're on fire and you make the cup, you get it back until you miss.
No, you get to shoot after fire one more time, and then you gotta start over again and heat back up.
No. Okay. Oh, okay.
Can someone look up the regulations?
Oh my god. Anyways, so okay.
Look up the fucking regulations.
So 7 out of 2 now. So anyways.
Thank you. Let's look up these fucking regulations,
so,
bro.
okay. Now another rule.
This over here like Charmander.
If you bounce it, you can slap the ball. Do you agree with that?
Wait, what?
If the other team bounces it on the table to try to bounce it, you can smack it.
You can deflect the shot if it's a bounce. Yes.
So you can smack it.
Yes.
Okay. So 8 out of 2. So 8 he agrees, 2 he doesn't. All right. So let's see. What's another rule? Oh, if you and your partner make the same cup, that same cup 3 cup.
Same cup, 3 cup. Explain that.
So if I make a cup and then my partner makes that same cup, the exact same one.
It's 2 cups.
Oh my god, it's 3 cups.
It's 3 cups?
It's 3 cups. Anyways, that's how we play. So, okay.
2 cups, balls back.
It's 3 cups, balls back.
Look up the rules.
Why would it be 2 cups? If we made
2 cups, balls back.
No, look at. Isn't this logical? This is what I'm talking about. Logical, Paul. Be the objective party here. If I made a separate one, he made it. So that's already 2 cups. So doesn't it take more effort to make the same one? You get rewarded.
We're pulling up the rules.
You get rewarded for making the same exact cup by adding 1 more cup.
They're
and it fucking rhymes.
They're loading. They're gay for that shit. Trying to make it rhymes and shit.
So anyways,
it's loading
same cup, 3 cup. If you make the same exact cup and you get the balls back, obviously, because you both made it. We just established that rule earlier. Now, lastly, I think that's one of the last ones, unless someone can bring up another one that I forgot. But trolling.
Island.
Oh, island. Okay, island is if there is a cup that is not touching any other cup, and you can't have less than 2 cups. So 3 or more. If there's 3 or more cups on the table, and there's 1 cup not touching the rest, you can call island. And if you make that, it's 2 cups. If you don't, if you call island and you make another cup, it doesn't count because that's the point of calling island. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, so you have to call island, and then if you made the cup, it's 2 cups.
Yeah, but if you make any other cup, it doesn't count because you called island.
It doesn't count, yeah.
Okay, so that's 9. 9 he agrees, 2 he doesn't. And then there's another one called troll. If you are on the opposite team and you lose and you didn't make a cup the whole game, you have to sit under the table for the whole next game. But in our house rules is we don't make you do that because that's not fun. We just make you take a picture so we can have memories.
And
do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Break down.
Do you agree with that?
Agree with what, bro?
The troll rule.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's 10.
Troll, yes.
That's 10 in the agree, and only 2
agree
in the not agree.
What the fuck? Listen to me. Okay, re-racks.
Okay, re-racks.
Wait, but here's the fire. I don't know.
Hold on.
Okay, only two re-racks.
Let him explain all that. Go to re-racks.
Right.
Wait, hold on. Okay, only 2 re-racks. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with that?
With only having 2 re-racks.
The way I played is just 1 re-rack. One re-rack, and then 1 gentleman's.
No, gentleman's is when there's 1 cup left and you want them to center it.
Gentleman's is when there's either 1 or 2 cups.
No, it's just 1.
All right, look it up.
You get 2 re-racks and a gentleman. And you can't re-rack if you have less than 6 cups. I'm sorry, you can't.
Y'all be re-racking twice, and then y'all be doing gentlemen's like unlimited.
No, not unlimited. Just 1 gentleman's. 1 gentleman's.
Bro, y'all be doing mad.
You could only have 1 gentleman because it's at the last cup, so you center it.
Y'all be fucking straightening up 2 cups.
No, that's called a line.
No, a line is like a stoplight, like three cups.
Yeah, that's called the stoplight. You just said
We're
it.
talking about 2 cups.
Exactly, it's called a line. Is it still in a fucking line? No, it's not. Gentlemen's is where you center the cup. Okay, so anyways, so 10 and he agreed, 3 he doesn't agree. Now let's read the rules, guys. We're going to read the actual rules from the legit beer pong legitimate website. Professional beer pong Olympics, which I'm going to play in.
Official beer pong rules.
Re-racks. This refers to the rearranging cups in a specific pattern during the course of play. Typically, teams are allowed only 2 re-racks during the start of the turn during a game. The cups can be arranged at the back of the table in a pattern of their choosing. Say a diamond, straight line, line them up, Christmas tree. There's a lot of room for creativity here, but agree on how many re-racks are allowed per game in acceptable pattern. So it says 2.
Yeah, so but does that count the gentlemen? So 1 re-rack, 1 gentleman's? That's 2.
Nope, 2 re-racks. Didn't say gentlemen.
So does it say anything about gentlemen's?
I don't know. Let's go. Tidying up. Not to be confused with re-racking. This action can be used at the time during the game to tidy up or tighten up cups that may have slid around and become unarranged on the table. This is pretty common during the stages of the night when a pool of beer has formed around the table, causing them to move easily.
Yeah, but that's like if you have like let's say you have a diamond and then all
go
the
up,
water
Paul.
starts spreading it out.
Go up, Paul.
That's tidy up. Wait, there's no more rules down there? That's it?
I think
That's
So
it.
don't say anything about gentlemen's.
So gentlemen's may be made up, but I was right on the 2 re-racks.
Okay, so if gentlemen's is made up,
Oh, one thing we forgot
then
is
1 re-rack, 1 gentleman's. That's 2 re-racks.
No, there's 2
Technically.
re-racks and a gentleman's.
Because that's 3 re-racks technically, because there's no gentlemen's in the fucking rules.
Because the gentleman's is just 1 cup. The gentleman's is just 1 cup.
No, it's
so
not.
Unlike
You
your
guys
stupid ass rule,
y'all be fucking do. Okay, so look, you can only touch the cup. So basically, there's 2 re-racks. You can only touch the cups twice in the game. No matter what the fuck it's called, no matter what it says, you only touch the cups twice in the game.
Yes.
You guys be doing it like 3 or 4 times.
No, we don't. Now he's being ignorant. Oh my god, any of my friends that actually play, comment below how ignorant Manny is. We don't touch the cups more than twice. You re-rack them and that's it.
Dick. I'd be watching, bro.
You'll be
Don't make
watching?
me.
You must be fucking Stevie Wonder then, because you ain't seen shit.
Alright, bro. Go ahead, read the rest of them.
Okay.
Where we going?
One other thing that we forgot is redemption. If you make last cup, the other team has the ability to redeem themselves. If they make a cup, the game keeps going. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so 11 in the agree and only still
Like
2 that he disagrees. I don't know what the percentage on that, but it's probably around a little over 80% that he agrees with me, right? What's
Just
2
read
divided
the
by 11?
fucking rules.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. Redemption. If you're lucky enough to have made all of your opponent's cups first, the game isn't over just yet. Your opponent now has the opportunity to totally redeem themselves as shooting at the remaining cups until they miss.
Fucking whacked out.
At this point, the order in which they shoot doesn't matter. Any remaining re-racks can be used at this time. I don't agree with that. You can't re-rack on a redemption shot. That's a house rule, I guess, then. All right, overtime. A game that has proceeded to overtime uses 3 cups instead of the regular 10. Fuck that rule. No one's going to do that shit. Go up. All right, so it talks about island. There's fire. Okay, fire. We disagreed on this one, right? If a player makes 2 shots in a row during separate turns, a player may call heating up to announce their streak. If they make a 3rd shot on the next turn, they call fire and are allowed to shoot over and over and over again until they miss. Keep in mind that if the player does not call heating up at the end of the 2nd turn, they are not eligible for fire and the game continues normally. Boom! In your face. You're stupid. You can only shoot 1 more time and then no, bitch, you can keep going if you got the fucking skills that night. If you got the stroke, that's what's up.
All right, I was wrong about that.
That's right.
Let's look up your fucking 3 cup, whatever the fuck you're saying.
All right, fingering and blowing. Okay, before I read this, house rule is only girls can only guys can finger and only girls can blow.
Yeah.
Guys cannot blow.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's read this. We rarely see this in action anymore, but it should be called. It should be clarified. The best to use an example here. Let's say you make a shot, but it hasn't quite yet settled at the bottom of the cup. That means it's spinning around at the edge or inside. If this rule is in place, your opponent can reach in and remove the ball with their finger or blow it out with their mouth. Seems silly, right? But it isn't. Don't put this rule in place. It's really hard to determine if the ball actually has rested at the bottom of the cup, and it's really easy to finger and blow out. People will take advantage of this if the rule's in place. So again, choose if you want to do it or not. But so people can do it, but only girls can blow and guys have to finger.
All right, look up the rule when you roll the ball in the rim and how many cups that is.
All right, let's go. Elbows, bouncing. Oh, I know. Behind the back. Oh yeah. Oh, we forgot this other rule, which Manny's gonna agree with me. So it's gonna be 12 to 2. So
Can you stop it?
if you shoot the ball and it hits a cup and it bounces back on the table and it doesn't touch the floor, you get the opportunity. If you grab it before the other team does, you get a trick shot. Are you agree with me?
Yes.
All right. So
where we at?
Go ahead. I just wanted to prove a point. So those are the casual rules. There's no rule apparently about like whether it touches.
Yeah, not in this one.
So the rule. So basically, the one where you guys be getting like half the fucking cups off was made up.
So out of 3 he did it. He disagreed, or 2 I can't remember. He was wrong about 2 of them.
Okay, and then what about the grenade one?
There's no grenade.
Okay, so what was the other one I was disputing then?
So okay, so you didn't agree. Wait, no, there's one that you weren't disputing. It was just you were just saying that we don't follow it, even though we do.
Elbows.
Okay.
So we agree on the rule. You're just falsely accusing me.
To sum it up, you guys play with too many re-racks. You guys use elbows.
Too many
you
re-racks
guys
when
make
it's
up
said in the
rules. You guys made up rules that aren't even on the rules.
We made one rule that wasn't on the rules.
And the one that takes half the fucking cups off in one turn.
He's just mad because he can't do it. What a fucking...
What do you mean I can't do it?
You're just mad because it never happens to you. You don't got the stroke.
Oh my god, bro. Because I don't be fucking hitting elbows.
You mad. You big mad.
Look, yo, I'm just saying.
Anyways, shout out Ricky because he's a good beer pong partner. And
look,
and he just as mad at him because he's good.
The only way we could vilify this, the only way I
No,
can
if
show
you
you
wanna
guys
know-
is I'm gonna make a vlog of them playing beer pong.
Yeah, fucking do it.
And you guys be the judge. You see
Yeah.
what I see.
Yeah, no. Unless they're Stevie Wonder like you or Ray Charles, they're gonna see us abiding by the rules that I just said.
Okay.
You're dumb.
Let you guys be the
straight
judge.
dumb.
All right, I'm over this topic. We got it. We good. You know,
Yeah.
don't we got some pictures to show or some shit?
Yeah, throw those fucking pictures up on the
Throw
screen.
those bitches up.
We do
yo.
have fun
You ended
though.
it like
when
that.
we play beer pong,
it's fun. It's fun. No,
we have fun.
we drink and get fucked up and black out, so it's cool. But I'm just saying that. I've
If
watched
you want
so
to know
many games.
someone that changes the rules to their bend, fucking
Oh my
Andy.
God.
Maria's cousin.
Oh, I thought you were about to say me. I was what the fuck.
No, Andy. Now that fool literally one game.
I can't. I play with him.
On one game
it works
before,
for my favor, I guess.
On one game before, he'll say one rule, and if it doesn't, and if there's something that doesn't go his way on the second game, he'll be like, "Oh no, we don't play that way."
He can't even speak for. He can't even defend himself right now,
hilarious, bro. So the homie Andy was drunk.
We're gonna have to get you on so you can speak your piece, Andy, on this shit.
Hey, shout out to Papa Zote. He has his own vlog and everything. We're gonna get him on here one of these days.
Gang.
He's really cool, but he does make up his own rules. That fool's whack as fuck. Even his old friends be like, yeah, that fool we can't play with him. He just makes up his rules. But anyways, he was arguing with Ricky, and he was like, bro, no, that's not a rule. And so Ricky got so fed up. It was so hilarious. Have you ever seen that clip by David Blaine when that guy makes fun of David Blaine?
Yeah.
That's the face he was making. He was like, Andy, no, you're right. He's like, okay, so you agree with me? He's like, yeah. And then he looked at me, he's like, because he's like, yeah, no, I do agree with you. You know, you're absolutely right. Bro, it was hilarious. Don't play with that guy. if you're out playing at a party up in the desert and you run into a guy named Andy, don't play against him because he gonna cheat.
Yeah, I thought he was a good partner. It was cool. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
chilling.
He's a good partner because he cheats for you. No, shout out to my homegirl Deanna too, because like even though she sucks, I can never beat her for some reason. Like. I guess she just like brings her vibe just brings me down to like her sucky level. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Deanna. I don't know about all that, but shout out Deanna.
Shout out Zudi because he makes me laugh every time he shoots because he ain't got no neck, so he's just out here like tossing the ball like that and shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie Andrew because this fool's just trying to do push-ups after every shot. He's all like, "Bet I won't make this shot. I'll do 10 push-ups."
That fool be doing push-ups to be yelling and shit.
He'd be like, "Say I won't do it." Like,
shout out to him though. He be smoking me out.
Ooh, he'd be trying to be like, "You trying to blaze?" He's just like you, actually. Why do you guys take this so serious? Be like, you're just trying to have fun with my friends.
Yeah, because
I'm like, nah, fuck that. Take that out.
Y'all make it so competitive all the time.
Yes, if you don't do something
Look,
competitively,
cool.
why are you doing it?
Because you guys do it too often.
I know
for it to be
my
so...
like-minded people out there that are competitive are gonna
y'all
agree.
do it too often. Like if y'all had like a monthly tournament and it was only like one day, then I would take it seriously and I would be. But it's like every fucking time you guys play beer pong, it's on this. You guys take it to this level it don't need to be on.
Yes, it does. And
Anyways,
if y'all were wondering who's better between me and Ricky, it's me.
Anyways, they need to make beer pong Olympic sports so these guys can actually have a reason to be doing this shit every weekend.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but they do have tournaments in Vegas, and I've really been wanting to go on one. Like, really, really, really fucking bad.
But you guys wouldn't be able to follow the rules, though.
I did like tournaments at like homies. No, you're dumb, bro. I swear, you're just mad because you lose all the time.
All right, look, all right. So do the tournament then.
He's mad because
Prove me wrong and do the tournament.
He's mad because he gets picked last in beer pong partners. He'll step outside and be like, "Who wants to play beer pong?" And everyone's like,
I never ask. I'm always like, I do not want to even be by the beer pong table.
"Shut up."
As soon as they pull the beer pong table, my fucking face changes. I'm like, oh my god.
Every time he sees the beer pong table, he's secretly hoping someone's gonna ask him to be his partner.
I always decline. I'm like, I don't even want to play.
He's like that girl in the corner twiddling her thumbs, like, "Who's gonna pick me?"
Nah, fuck. I'm telling you, if I never play beer pong again, it'd be fine. I'm actually glad you guys have been actually switching up. We've been playing Rage Cage. You guys made that creative ass game with the water slide.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. That was cool.
Fun.
That was like let's do that. Let's switch it up. I hate
Stack Cup.
I hate living the same thing over and over again. Like we've been fucking doing this shit. Like that's all I'm saying.
I'm in the Matrix because they play beer pong every weekend. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, yo, like,
bro, we get turned. I'm gonna. Hold on, Paul. Pop another video up on the screen right here. We're playing beer pong and we're smacking Patron straight to the head. That's how we do it because we get yernt, cut.
These motherfuckers. At the end of the day, what it is they're all just straight edge, and all they have is alcohol, so they have to like get creative with it, I guess. But they don't know how to be creative, so like they don't like.
I've never heard alcoholics been called straight edge.
Well, like that's the only drug they fuck with is alcohol. Is what I'm saying. Like,
and yes, it is a drug.
So like,
I agree.
They have to like mix it. That's how they make it fun because they don't do anything else. They're not fun.
I've never felt. I feel like I'm being bullied right now.
Shout out you, Andrew.
No, I feel like I'm being bullied right now.
Kinda.
Like all you do is alcohol. Okay, calm down, Mister. I do all these drugs, so I'm gonna look down on you. Are you enlightened?
I'm just letting you know it's what it is.
He's so enlightened. That's why he doesn't like to play beer pong every weekend. We're small brain. Me like beer pong. Fuck you.
Stupid.
You fucking condescending little fucker.
Maybe slightly, but
I've done mushrooms, so I don't play beer pong.
Stupid.
I'm just kidding. All right, no, but we've got some. We're gonna pop some videos and stuff, and pics on the screen. Y'all enjoy them. We have a good time. If y'all ever get an opportunity to come to my house to play beer pong or just party with us, guarantee good time. We play good music. We have good friends. Usually good food. If we're doing like a little event that day. Shout out to the homie Mark.
No, it is chill. It is vibes. I mean, I'm not saying it.
Shout out to the homie Mark.
I'm just tired of the beer pong.
Because this fool always comes through with the little shotgun opener. He bought me one. We always do shotgun though too. That's like a staple at my house as well. We just like, and I got the deepest throat in the West. I challenge anyone.
He's a throat goat.
I challenge anyone. Actually, Paul, you're gonna throw some of those videos up too. I challenge anyone to challenge me in a shotgun. I will beat you hands down, and we'll come up with some sort of arrangement. But it's probably gonna end up with you giving me like $10 or something if you want to challenge me. If you think you're fucking good enough. Comment below if you think you're good enough. Call me out. I'll DM you my addy.
We 30-year-old frat guys over here.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. I went to college too.
Yeah.
Barely.
All right.
All right, though.
All right. Peace out.
Later, guys.